Welcome back, everyone. So, today we're bringing you a brand new explainer, and man, I am absolutely thrilled about this one. We're diving deep into the structure, the mystery, and the raw mechanics of a seriously gripping sci-fi narrative. We're breaking down the script for Shadow of the Raptor. If you love a good space mystery that just rapidly spirals into a high-stakes galactic conflict, well, you're in the exact right place. We're going to dissect exactly how this script builds tension from literally page 1.
Let's kick things off with a pretty massive question. What happens when your ship is framed for an interstellar massacre? I mean, it's a classic, thrilling sci-fi trope, right? But it's really all about the execution. How do you actually prove your innocence when the vacuum of space leaves zero witnesses and the digital trail points directly at you? That right there is the core puzzle of the source material we're looking at today.
Act 1. A deadly ghost ship.
Okay, let's dive right into this. The script drops us into the micro level with a huge disconnect. On one hand, you have the official stance of the Vulcan High Command, institutional political denial, where T'Pol echoes that the Romulan Star Empire does not exist. But then contrast that with the cold, hard, physical reality of the opening teaser. We open on a drifting, completely baffling crime scene in deep space. A decimated convoy of Vulcan and Tellarite ships, absolutely no survivors. And lingering in the nebula, we see a dark bird of prey silhouette lurking right before it vanishes. It's a massive clash between geopolitical rhetoric and what's actually happening out there.
And you know, that mystery deepens exponentially real quick. When Malcolm Reed checks the tactical scans of the wreckage, he finds exactly 0 plasma residue, 0 weapon signatures, just nothing. The attacking ship essentially ghosted the scene, leaving what is absolutely an impossible anomaly. Think about it. An attack of this sheer magnitude should leave a massive forensic footprint. Yet the sensors, they are coming up completely empty.
Which leads us into this incredibly grounded observation from Commander Trip Tucker. He says, "Ships don't just tear themselves apart, Malcolm." It's such a simple line, but it perfectly grounds this high-concept sci-fi mystery in tangible, forensic reality. Trip is just applying basic physics and engineering logic here. If there's a wrecked ship, an external force caused it. They just have to figure out what that unseen force actually is.
Act 2. The holographic imposter. So the threat is no longer just a static, cold crime scene. The first major shoe drops when Hoshi decodes the destroyed convoy's audio logs, revealing the highly distinct weapon signatures of the Enterprise. This isn't just a random, chaotic attack anymore. It is a meticulously crafted geopolitical false flag operation. Someone perfectly framed Captain Archer and his crew for a horrific interstellar massacre. The stakes literally just went from an investigative puzzle to a desperate, all-out fight for survival.
Now, you might be wondering, how do they pull this off physically? Because the framing doesn't stop at audio logs. An identical NX-class ship actually intercepts the Enterprise and opens fire. To pull off this deception, the attackers use something called a polarized holographic shell. When the real Enterprise fires back and scores a direct hit on the imposter's engines, there is absolutely no effect. It's an incredible piece of technology. It's an advanced disguise that not only masks the enemy ship's true hull configuration, but it actually deflects direct energy blasts. It makes the imposter practically invulnerable to standard attacks.
As the crew scrambles to arm the Makos, their military detachment, we get this crucial character moment and thematic shift from the Andorian Shran. He drops this line: "About time your species admitted explorers need soldiers." This perfectly illustrates a central tension in the story. It's that stark, uncomfortable friction between idealistic, peaceful exploration and the harsh, completely necessary militarization required to survive in a hostile galaxy. It's a major wake-up call for humanity, for sure.
Act 3. Unmasking the Romulans.
Faced with an invincible imposter and this massive quadrant-wide frame job, Archer's crew has to rely on science, data, and forensics to peel back the deception. It's like a giant puzzle, and the pieces finally come together in engineering. We know the audio logs yielded fabricated NX signatures, right? And we know that tactical scans showed 0 plasma residue. But the real breakthrough happens when Trip and T'Pol analyze fragments of the imposter's sensor data. They find subsystems that don't match any known Alpha Quadrant design. Actually, scratch that. They aren't just unknown. T'Pol recognizes the mathematical structures as a direct match to highly classified Romulan cybernetics research recovered on Vulcan. The invisible enemy finally has a name.
So while Trip and T'Pol are cracking the hardware side of things, Hoshi is cracking the comms. She discovers that the fake Enterprise isn't even manned. It's a drone, being controlled via remote coordination. The attackers are piloting this imposter drone ship from afar, using bouncing signal relays to completely obscure their true point of origin.
As Shran mutters, they are fighting from the shadows like cowards, keeping their location entirely hidden while they try to incite this massive war.
Okay, let's see how this builds, because Archer counters with a seriously high-risk three-step tactical maneuver. First, he traps the drone vessel inside a turbulent plasma storm, using that volatile environment to his advantage. Second, the intense environmental interference naturally destabilizes that seemingly invincible polarized holographic shell. And third, with its disguise failing and its covert mission completely compromised, the drone is forced to initiate a massive self-destruct, sending a shockwave right into the Enterprise.
But right before that self-destruct, in that one breathless second, when the holographic shell destabilizes, the true shape is revealed: a sharp-winged Romulan drone ship. The entire bridge crew sees it. The myth is officially confirmed. The Romulans are real, and they are actively trying to destroy them. No way around it.
Section 4. A covert path to war. This is where the script masterfully takes a localized tactical mystery and just explodes it into a macro-level geopolitical crisis. You really have to consider the clash here between the front lines and the politicians. Archer is facing a grim reality where his ship's identity was stolen to commit a vicious atrocity, and he is rightfully outraged. Meanwhile, Admiral Gardner issues orders demanding a complete cover-up. No public reports, no panic. Earth Command wants this entirely contained to avoid mass hysteria.
But Gardner's reasoning isn't just about public relations. It's about raw survival. He delivers this incredible, chilling line to Archer, then find out who's behind it before Earth starts a war with the wrong people. It's a very grim warning. Earth is walking an incredibly thin tightrope right now. If they react blindly to the false flag, they're going to plunge into a catastrophic, misdirected conflict with their own potential allies, which is exactly what the unseen enemy wants.
So, the absolutely crucial point here is how our characters handle this impossible situation. Faced with Earth Command mandating a cover-up to buy time, we get this quiet moment on the observation deck. Archer and T'Pol share this chilling realization. They both accept that, despite the political smokescreens, a shadow war is already at their doorstep. And the script's final scene proves them right, shifting to deep Romulan space where a massive warbird is already under construction in the dark.
And as that massive warship is being built, we hear Romulan voices echoing in the darkness. The script gives us one single phrase translated into English, and man, it is an absolute mic drop moment to end on. Earth must never unite the quadrant. That right there exposes the true galaxy-shifting motive behind the whole shebang. It isn't just mindless violence or random sabotage. The Romulans see humanity's innate ability to forge alliances as an existential threat to their empire.
So this leaves us with one lingering, chilling thought. Is the unity of the quadrant worth the price of a devastating galactic war? The script for Shadow of the Raptor really shows us that exploring the stars isn't just about discovering new life, it's about navigating the deadly, high-stakes political realities of a very crowded galaxy. The very push for peace might just be the trigger for a war. I want you to chew on that question. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep analyzing, keep asking questions, and I will see you in the next one.